Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about taking commissions as a painter. Now, I think the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that when you're first starting to take commissions, chances are you're not going to make that much money. You're pretty much going to be doing jobs for free. And that's okay. It's good to get some practice in the business side of painting. Really, kind of figuring out the ways that you want to handle your business, such as how much of a deposit do you want to take before you start painting. I would generally take about 25 to 30%, and this really covers any materials that you need to begin the painting. Now, of course, there's different circumstances. Say you have to hire a model, for example, and you need to pay that model. Maybe you charge a little bit more. Maybe you charge up to 40, maybe even 50%. I mean, that's something you can work out with the client themselves. It also gives you an opportunity to play around with price. I mean, if you have commissions coming in left, right, and center, then you can raise your price, and that's great. Now, if you don't have any commissions or people are running away once they hear the price, that means you need to suck it up and lower the price. And like I said, chances are you're not going to make that much money at first, and maybe not for a while. So this brings me to my second point, and that is only take commissions that you want to take, or at least have some interest in taking. You don't need to take every single commission that comes your way. You're going to end up hating it. It's going to drag out, and you're going to be disappointed. Your client is going to be disappointed. Now, what's an example of this? Let's say I've had people come up to me and ask, okay, can you paint a picture of my pet, but I want to put like little fairy wings on it, and I want to do these little fantasy things in the background. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I do. And so I have to say, no, that's not exactly what I do. It'd be like going to a baker who bakes bread and asking for a cake. Sure, they very likely can bake a cake, but they are someone that makes bread, not cake. And so very likely they'll say no. They don't have, it's just stick within the lane that you've set yourself. If you want to go out as experiments, that's fine. But don't feel like you need to take every single job that comes your way. Now, another thing that I want to talk about here is communicating with the client. This is also very important, especially if you're taking a deposit. I mean, you've got their money already. Communicate with them. Tell them what's going on. Let them know where you are in the project, how long it's going to take. I know sometimes it's easy to get caught up and time goes by and you forget, but reach out. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is where the project is. Are you happy? Is there something you think should be added or something missing? I mean, this also goes, communication, incredibly important in the first steps of a commission. Before any paint goes down, you need you need to walk through exactly what they want. And if they don't really know what they want you to do kind of what you want. That's good, but you should still, work with them a little bit, see what they're interested in. In the end, this isn't going to hang up in your house. Hopefully not. That means they didn't like it. It's going to hang up in their house, so work with them. It's the same with this is just general professionalism. And that goes for pretty much any customer-based business where you're dealing with people directly. In construction, any sort of service industry. And I guarantee you your customers will be happy. And you know what? You're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to end up taking commissions that, 3 or 4 months in, you're kicking yourself, like, why did I take this? What am I doing? But if you follow the initial rule of, taking a commission that you're interested in, there's less likely that that's going to happen. You know what? Commissions can be commissions are the way painters have made money for centuries. All the Renaissance painters took commissions. They were businessmen. None of this, I paint what I want to paint and it's all about what the artist feels and it's about my process. Here you can do that. You can do that. You can paint something that you want to paint and try to sell it separately. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how the market is now. That started to change around the Renaissance. But, it's always nice to make a little bit of money and to be a professional. Just, you have a skill and to be able to make use of that skill to make some money for yourself. Heck, even if it's just so that you can fund your own projects later. Say, hey, I want to make this big painting, but man, I gotta pay for models, I gotta buy all the materials, this is gonna be a lot of money. You sell a few paintings, and there you go. Now you're funding your own projects, even if that's all it ever turns out to be. I would definitely recommend taking on some commissions. Even just for the connections, you never know who's going to see one of your paintings in someone else's house, and he's going to come along and say, hey, I want to buy one of this person's paintings. Or, hey, you know what? Let me introduce you to this guy. He's got some connections in the industry. He might be able to get you into a gallery. You never know what sort of connections can be made. So get out there, make some paintings, talk to people, make some commissions.